okay? Here's what I'd like you to do. All right? Here's what I'd like you to do. We're talking about 8.3, the 0 and the negative exponents. I want you to pick a number. I'll give you 3 choices. I'll give you 3 choices, right? Your choices are pick a number. You can either pick 2, you can pick 3, or you can pick 4. Whichever one you want.
4.
Okay, write it down. Write it down. You can pick 2, you can pick 3, or you can pick 4. Doesn't matter which one you pick. Just pick a number. Pick a number. All right? The number I'm going to pick is 3. You can pick whatever one you want, and I want you to stick with your number, okay? And here's what I'd like you to do. I'd like you to write down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I want you to write down 8 of your numbers in a vertical column. So this is what I mean. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay, I want you to write down 8 of them in a column. If you pick 2, do it with 2s. If you picked 3, do it with 3s. If you pick 4, do it with 4s. It doesn't matter. Whatever you picked. Just like that. Just like that. Okay, now, I want you to raise your number to a variety of exponents. And here we're going to count down from 4. So, here's what I mean. I'm going to do 3 to the 4th. And let's count down 3 to the 3rd. Let's count down 3 squared. 3 to the 1st. And keep going. Can you count down for me? What's it going to be? 0, then what? Then what?
-2.
Then what?
-3.
Okay, good. Could we keep going?
Yes.
We certainly could, right? We certainly could. Okay. Here's what I'd like you to do. Figure out. Let's start at the top. If you did 2, let's do 2 to the 4th. If you did 3, let's do 3 to the 4th. If you did 4, do 4 to the 4th. Right now, figure that out for yourself, okay? Just the top one. I think if you're doing 3s, you should have got 81. Is that right? Yeah. Okay. If you're doing 2s, what number should you get? 16. If you're doing 4s, what do you get? 64. Okay, good. All right. Let's do the next one down. Figure out. Okay. In fact, I want you to figure all these out, and I want you to stop right before you figure out 3 to the 0. Okay? Okay, I want you to stop here. Stop right there. Okay, here's what I'd like you to do. I want you to ask yourself if you believe that patterns exist. Do you believe that patterns do exist?
Yes.
Okay, and what is the great thing about a pattern? Is you can predict it. You can use it to predict it. Okay, so please follow along with me for the 3s, and then I want you to apply it to whatever number you picked. Please help me out and determine what is 81 divided by 3. What do I get? 27. You guys believe me? Okay, good. What's 27 divided by 3? 9. Okay. What's 9 divided by 3? It's 3. Okay, now, if you believe in patterns, and you believe that we can use this pattern to keep going, then what does 3 to the 0 have to be?
0.
Oh, what do we do? If I take 3 and I take 3 divided by 3, what number do I have to get?
1.
I have to get 1, don't I? Okay? Now, I want you guys to do that for yours. Now, if you're doing the 2s, okay, if you have 2 to the 4th, then you have a 16 here. If you have 2 to the 3rd, then you have an 8 here, correct? If you have 2 to the squared, then you have a 4. And if you have 2 to the 1st, then you have a 2. And you're getting a 2 to the 0. Okay? So what number are you dividing by? Yeah, you're dividing by the base, aren't you? Divided by 2, divide by 2, divide by 2. So what does this have to be? Please figure out yours. Up, this is 4. All right, everybody. What'd you get for 2 to the 0? Yeah, we got 1, right? Good. And what'd you get for 4 to the 0? What'd you get? 1. Okay. What do you guys notice? What do you guys notice about these? What do you guys notice about all these that I've highlighted? They're all the same. So anything to the 0 power is what? Looks like it's going to be 1, huh? If that pattern keeps going. Okay, now, let's continue on with my pattern for 3's. So what do I do to get the next number? I take the 1 and I divide it by what? 3. So what's 3 to the negative 1? See? We don't believe in patterns. Because you can't tell me what it is. It's a third. Very good. Because all I'm doing is dividing by 3. Now divide by 3 again. What's 3 to the negative 2 going to be? 1/9. Very good. 1/9. What's 1/9 divided by 3? What's it going to be? 1/27. Very good. Okay, let's go over to the 2's. Instead of dividing by the base of 3, what's 2 to the negative 1 going to be? 1/2. Very good. 2 to the negative 2 going to be? 1/4. Very good. What's 2 to the negative 3 going to be? 1/8. Very good. Let's do 4's now. What's 4 to the negative 1 going to be? 1/4. 4 to the negative 2. 1/16. 4 to the negative 3. 1/64. Good. We have now just picked up our last 2 rules of exponents, you guys. Okay, and here they are. The 0 exponent. It says this: take any number A, raise it to the 0 power. What are we going to get, you guys? We're going to get a 1. Very good. The 0 exponent. And if we take any power, oh, sorry, I'll erase that. Next one here. This is the negative exponent. If I take any power, A, and I raise it to the negative n power, it's just the reciprocal 1 over a to the positive n power. That's all it is. Alright? We have these last 2 rules for us now. The 0 exponent, anything to the 0 power is 1. And anything to the negative exponent is 1 over that exponent. Alright? We're going to practice now. Okay, I got a couple of problems here for you. Let's talk about this one. Let's do A. Let's do 2 to the negative 3. Alright. 2 to the negative 3. What's the base in this problem here? Anybody, yell it out. What's the base? 2. What's the exponent? Negative 3. Is my exponent positive or negative? My exponent is negative. So according to the rule, I take 1 over the reciprocal of 2 to the positive 3, which of course is 1 over 8. Yeah, we did just do that when I was, yeah, I'm glad you saw that. Let's try a different one. Okay. What if I did 1/2 to the negative 3? Ooh. Let's do 1/2 to the negative 3. All right, let's see here. What's the base in this problem? Yes, good. I'm so glad you said the base was a half. This is the base. This is my exponent. Is my exponent positive or negative? It's negative. So I have to take 1 over, what's the base again? 1/2. So 1 over 1/2 to the positive 3. Notice that my base stayed the same, right? I didn't flip anything. My base stayed the same. So that means I have 1 over 1/8. Very good. And what's 1 over 1/8? No. What's 1 over 1/8? You're thinking way too hard. It's easy. It's 8. Yep. How is 1 over 1/8 8? Because what's the top? What's the numerator? 1. Can I write that as 1 divided by 1? Is that cool? Yeah. What's the denominator? 1/8, right? What are you doing with these fractions, you guys? You're dividing fractions. And what do you do when you divide fractions? You multiply by the reciprocal of the denominator, right? So that is going to be 1 over 1 times, what's the reciprocal? 8 over 1. Look at all these 1s I have here. What does that just give me? 8. Very good. All right, so quickly. What's 1 divided by 1/7? 7. It's just 7. What's 1 divided by 1 over star? See how easy that is? Star, man. That's very good. Okay, cool. All right. Here we go. Let's do another one. Yep, let's do another one. Okay, what happens if I do this? If I have 3x to the negative 2, y, all divided by x to the third, y squared. Uh-oh. All right, let's simplify this. We're going to simplify this.
Wait, is this where you move the negative?
Yeah, you got it. Okay. So, pick out your exponents that are negative. This one's negative, isn't it? If that's negative, it's going to move down here. And I'll tell you why. Because we would just do this. 3x. If I am dividing exponents, I would usually subtract by negative 2 minus 3. Y to the 1 minus 2. Because this is y to the first power. And when I divide, I'm going to subtract exponents. So that's 3 to the, what's negative 2 minus 3? 5. So 3x to the negative 5th. Y to the, what's 1 minus 2? Negative 1. Very good. But I can't leave my answer like that because I have negative exponents. And we need to write them as positive exponents. So, there's going to be 3 times 1 over x to the positive 5th times 1 over y to the positive 1. But that's not how we write fractions. We just write it like this. 3 over x to the 5th times y. And that's where we're going. So this simplifies to that. And this is okay if we don't get it today. We're going to practice a lot with this. Okay, we're going to practice a lot.
Is there homework going to be on this?
Yes, it will be. It is scary. Okay, can we do one last one here? Yes, good. All right, awesome. Here we go. Let's do 3y z squared all to the power of negative 2. All right, 3yz squared all to the power of negative 2. Well, if I'm raising an exponent, or if I'm multiplying everything inside my parentheses, and I'm raising it to a power of negative 2, then I have to raise everything to that power. So it's going to be 3 to the negative 2, huh? It's going to be y to the what power? Negative 2, good. And it's going to be z to the what power? Negative 4, good. So glad to hear you guys are doing that right. Now the problem is I have all these negative exponents here, huh? So this is like 1 over 3 squared times 1 over y squared, because that's what the rule says to do, times 1 over z to the 4th. So that's just 1 over 3 squared y squared z to the 4th, which is 1 over 9 y squared z to the 4th.